Say something for the podcast. Tell the people what you feel.
I'm just jazzed about being on the show, man.
You are listening to The Objective Jerk, where objectiveness is the objective, and I am said jerk. Hunters are murderers. Hunters are all murderers, hunting animals. They should all be killed. No. What's up, everybody? This is The Objective Jerk. You can email me at theobjectivejerk@gmail.com or message me on a bunch of social media bullshit. All right. I was going through Twitter, spreading the word of The Objective Jerk, and came across, I think this is an old story. What's funny is it's like, this is what it's like. It says, trophy hunters attacked and eaten live by the brother of a lion he's posting with for an Instagram photo. And then it says, the following media includes potentially sensitive content. And I'm like, ooh, shit, they're going to show you something. And then you click on it, and it's just some big-ass fat dude sitting behind a fucking lion. Is it because the lion's dead? I mean, it fucking looks like it's sleeping. What's sensitive? The big fat dude? I don't know. I don't get it. But whatever. I mean, I'm not angry. I don't know. Maybe I am. I was expecting to see some carnage. But then, of course, I got to read the goddamn comments. And people are just like, oh, they should be. I'm so glad that guy should be killed. Blah, blah, blah. People that kill animals should suffer. It's like, you are the dumbest fucking living organism on the planet. It's like, do you not realize that these trophy hunters, this whole thing is part of a bigger picture? Again, here I am. Liberals just look and see a guy shot a lion. They can't look at the big picture. The big picture is conservation. Okay? Now, we can't completely live. People and animals can't live like they used to be because there's so many people, and it's, you know, we're taking up more and more land, so it's just it's not going to happen, right? So hold on, sorry, I'm messaging my wife. She just sent me a message. But so people, you know, to kind of keep these animals alive and thriving and, you know, as a part of our world, there are things they have to do to help protect them. And one of them is to protect, okay, so lions, and a lot of animals, a lion is like a Mormon, right? He's got a bunch of wives, right? So he gets these lionesses, he knocks them up, they have pups, he's a lion, he protects them, he protects the pups, he fights off other lions, and, you know, so his seed can grow, or whatever. But the thing is, sometimes you get a lion that's like just older and big and bad, and, you know, they go and they'll sit there and they'll kill these lions, these pup lions, because they're not his. So they'll go and they'll kill them. They'll try and kill them all, and then try and get the moms pregnant or take over. You know what I mean? So it's like, and there's conservationalists. I don't know if that's the right word, but they monitor this stuff. They keep track of it, you know. And so they're like, okay, here we got a pride of lions. They're doing good. This and that. This. Oh, here comes this other one. Oh, shit, now he's starting to fuck things up. Now lions are dying. This is an old lion. He's had his time. He's a nuisance. He needs to go. So then what they do is they basically put a tag on that lion. And if somebody wants to pay, and it's a lot of money. It's not cheap. It's an exorbitant. I don't know. It's a lot of money. And so they pay the money, and they kill the lion. So then they fucking get rid of the nuisance, and then plus they make a bunch of money for the fucking program. Okay? So all these people that are like, he's killing animals. Dude, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I almost said something worse just now. Now, a poacher, that's a different story. You know, people go out and poaching animals. Yeah, they're douchebags. They're fucking shitbirds. They should, you know, I don't agree with that. But these people just, they don't have a fucking clue about the real world, about the big picture. They just fucking, I love my dog, so all animals are better than people, and I don't know, whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? It's just, again, here I am talking about dumbass liberal cunts. I'm bringing that word back, baby. I did it all for the cunts. Yeah. Wait, no. Come on. Anyway. Trying to remember that Limp Bizkit song. So yeah. So there's that. It's like, what the fuck, man? And then, so I've kind of been on a DEFTONES kick. I don't know if you know the band DEFTONES. They're one of my growing up bands. Like, I have a huge tat on my shoulder that's Deftonian. It doesn't say Deftones, and it's not, but it's got elements and stuff. Anyway, so, you know, I started listening to them in like 95. Somebody turned me on to them. This guy I worked with, I can't remember his name. I'd love to reach out to that guy, but I have no clue what his name was. I don't remember. And, but anyway, and thank him. So they're one of the bands that I grew up listening, you know, and that I still listen to, but I don't listen to them as much as I did. They had a new album a couple years ago, and it's pretty good. And their sound, they've progressed. They've kind of, you know, and I still like them, but I, you know, just like anybody else, you always like the early stuff that you started listening to and whatever. And I think part of it's just because it makes you, it's nostalgia and makes you feel young, because it's like you listen to it and you're like remembering excuse me, the good old times, you know. And so I've been trying YouTube music player or whatever, and actually I think I like that better than using like Amazon and stuff. So I'm trying that out, seeing how that goes. But anyway, so I'm, you know, going through and kind of finding some old songs that I kind of forgot about, like on you know, soundtracks and everything. I was like, oh shit, that's right, I forgot about that. And so it's, you know, it's kind of cool. I'm enjoying that. So yeah, I'm kind of on a Deftones kick lately. Been listening mainly their older stuff and stuff like that, but I wanted to share my Deftones story. It's not really that interesting, but or exciting. But if you like the Deftones, you might enjoy it. So fuck you. Here it comes. Like I said, I worked with a guy. It was like my first job out of high school, and he was a guitar player in a band. And I remember he was like, you should learn the bass, because they were needing a bass player. I have a bass now. Where's it? Give him a call. But no, I play drums more. But I want to play the bass. I just got to get a big fucking amp so I can fucking... Blah, blah. Anyway, so he, you know, was like, dude, you should check out this band. And I think he lent me his CD for a couple of days. And then I immediately went out and bought it. Their first one, Adrenaline? No, yeah, Adrenaline. Awesome fucking album. And like most people thought it was a seashell on the cover, but it's actually one of those baby fucking suction things. but I guess it's supposed to kind of be like for your ears, you know, because you're like to clean out your ears, or I don't know. Maybe that's what they were going for. Anyway, so yeah, so I fucking, you know, was like in love immediately with this band, and I remember going to this. So this was in Washington State, and you had the radio station 107.7 The End, and they had End Fest, I think it was called. And I think I went with my friend Angie. I think she had tickets, and she was like, hey, you want to go? And I was probably like the last person, but she needed somebody to go with. I'm not sure, but I think it was her. And I was like, I don't know, but Deftones were playing. They were playing on like the second stage or whatever. So I was like, fuck yeah, man. I was like, I'll go. And I knew what time they were playing, so that was the only thing I was worried about was watching them. I wanted to check them out. And so we got there. We got there a little late, but again, I knew the time, so I wasn't overly worried. And we went to get some food, I think, like a vending thing or something, or maybe she was buying something. I just remember we were standing in line for something, and all of a sudden I could hear, that doesn't sound very good. Anyway, it's the intro to Bored, the little guitar riff, the little. I heard that start, and I was like, "Oh fuck, that's the Deftones." So they started early, or earlier. So I was like, "I gotta go," and I fucking just took off and followed. I didn't even know, like, we had just got there, so I didn't even know where to go. But I just followed the sound of, you know, and got there and was able to watch their set, and it was fucking outstanding. It was cool. Sounded good. You know, and a lot of people say that Deftones suck live, and or more. What's the phrase I'm looking for? But it's not the band so much. It's singer Chino. But if you kind of notice, or anything, what? Chino and their drummer Abe, they never do it. They don't recreate, you know, the same thing that's on the album or whatever. Like, they never play it the same. Like, it's always different when they play. You know, they just kind of, he just keeps the beat, but he plays a little different. Like, he's a busy drummer and does all kinds of shit. And then when you see him live, he's you know, it's still the, you know, he's got this right time in the beat, but he's still doing different little fills and accents and whatever that just kind of, you know, because he probably just doesn't want to get bored, you know. Bored. And then Chino's kind of the same. He doesn't sing the songs the same. You know what I mean? And I think that's what kind of turns people off sometimes, because they want to sing along, but it's kind of hard because, you know, he does it different. You know, stuff that's kind of more melancholy on the album, like, oh yeah, whatever. He's like screaming live. He's like, here we go, I can't get out. You know, he just like totally changes the way he sings it. So, and it, you know, and to be fair, he's not the greatest singer or anything, but I think he's just kind of, you know, off the cuff, ad-libbing kind of singer. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen, because that first show was awesome, but that was their early album and stuff like that when they first were starting. So, you know, and then I've seen some live. I think is that the only time I've seen them? I want to say I've seen them live one other time, but I can't. Like, I feel like I have, but I'm trying to remember. Was it them? Anyway, I think I have, but I've seen either them live again, like at Lollapalooza maybe or something, or I've just seen live performances, you know. And I've seen some where I was like, what the fuck? You know, I was kind of like So that doesn't sound good. And then stuff where they sound good. You know what I mean? So I think it just kind of depends on their mood, you know? And more specifically, Chino's mood. So it's like, it's not that they're bad live, they're just never the same. They don't try and, you know, like some bands are happy to do, you know, the song the same way it was produced. And, you know, and then gives people, you know, a chance to sing along better, I guess. I don't know. But, you know, and a lot of bands are like that because, but, you know, I don't know, like, I get that, but at the same time, it's like, dude, if you want to hear the album, listen to the fucking album. If you go see him live, that's the thing. You're going to see him live, something different, something, you know. I think those people that are like, oh, I don't like them live, they don't really care that they're seeing them. They just want to be like, oh, yeah, I've seen them live. You know, oh, yeah, I saw them in concert. They sucked. Well, how'd they suck? Well, it didn't sound like the album. Well, it's because it was live, dumb shit. What the fuck do you... I don't know. Probably a fucking liberal. A liberal cunt. I don't know. It's just... Anyway. But that's kind of my story on Deftones. Well, me, you know, and then it was like, they were... Me and my friend... it was one of our favorites. Or still is, I'm sure. Well, it's still one of my favorites, and I'm sure it's still his. I haven't talked to him in a while, though. Let me see. Is that it? As far as... I don't know, but one of my favorite songs, or actually is like... I think if I had to pick one song of the Deftones, for whatever reason, and which would be hard, but I mean, if I had to do it, it would be Teething. The song Teething. I've always fucking... It's really raw and just... I think it kind of encompasses the early Deftones, and I don't know, it's just really good. If you haven't heard it, Teething, look it up. Deftones Teething. Holy crap. Hey! Hold on a second. Sorry, that was probably loud. Let me pause this real quick. Dogs barking at farmers walking by every fucking day. It's like, dude, are they in our property? Then shut the fuck up. Anyway, what was I talking about? Shit. Goddamn dogs. Oh, Teething. Good fucking song. It's not an album. It was on the Crow 2 soundtrack. So, I don't know if it was on that. Deftones come out with a B-side rarities album, which I used to have. I sold all my CDs just because it was, you know what I mean? I was tired of lugging them around and everything, but I thought I kept that little book, because it was like a little book. I thought I kept it though, but maybe not. Maybe I sold it. But yeah, that's a great song. So, Crow 2 soundtrack. Song is called Teething. It's badass. If you are a Deftones fan and you have not heard that song, and then you go and check that song out, but if, you know, you like the Deftones or kind of like the Deftones, but you've never heard that song Teething, look it up and listen to it. It's badass. And then let me know. I want to hear somebody be like, oh, dude, I never heard of that song until you said it. It's awesome. That would make me feel scrumptious. So do me that favor and check it out. And let me know. Obviously. All right, so... Yeah, but I guess the only thing that was left of that guy was like his head. The lions fucking straight up ate that motherfucker. Just like when that cat I had ate that rat. I talked about that on a podcast. That was fucking crazy. All right, let's see. I already talked about the Paul Pelosi thing. That shit was crazy. Did you see that there's a thing now, I think it was by Amazon or something, where you can pay with your palm. So it's like you add money to a thing and it scans your palm, and then you just go and put your hand over it like a, like a fingerprint. It scans it and you pay for your shit. It's like, dude, there's gonna be, I don't know, there won't be physical money anymore. And not that, I mean, the money that you have in your pocket really isn't anything either. And then the shit in your bank account, that's just fucking numbers. You know what I mean? There's no real... And now you kind of see why, like, some of these people buy gold and keep gold and all this kind of shit, because eventually the shit's all going to come crumbling down, and all those numbers you had in your account aren't going to mean shit, and you're going to be broke. And then shit's going to get crazy. And then once it kind of fucking starts to go back to normal, the only people that are going to have any kind of money are people with jewelry and, gold and all that kind of shit. Because, if, shit does get fucked up and they start over again, that's how it's going to be. If somebody wants to buy something, it's kind of crazy to think about. Like, you see this shit thing with the palm, paying money for your palm. And then they want to put chips in you and all this kind of stuff. That shit does not amaze me. That scares the shit out of me. These fucking AI musicians now, like some AI makes music, takes and writes lyrics and does some shit like that and all this kind of whatever. That doesn't amaze me. I don't think it's cool. I think it's fucking, I don't know. It needs, I don't know. Just things are just, it's just, when does it end? When does it stop? It's going to stop when everything falls apart and collapses. That's the only thing. Like, they need to fucking, okay, this is what we need to do. We can, improve technology, update, create, up until, we won't allow this or whatever, but it doesn't happen. Shit's gonna fucking, I don't know, it's crazy. That's one thing I like about here in the Philippines too, is it's like, I mean, there's the internet, obviously. And they have, some of the things, but they have some of the things, they have some of the things that they do in the States. They have, you can order online and your phone and do, like Uber and Uber Eats. It's just different. They call it something different here, but it's not really around here. That's in Manila. But for the most part, especially where I live, it's it's like living in the 50s, 60s, 70s. You know what I mean? It's the old way of doing things. Cash and people working for, anything, or they do anything for some money, and I think they do like trades, it's like, hey, if you do this for me, I'll do this for you, instead of like buying, you know what I mean? People, have chickens and sell eggs, and there's companies that kind of do mass whatever, but there's a lot of like small business that are just like farming animals. It's animals that are growing up on a farm, all happy, just whatever, and then, they get slaughtered, but they're not in a cage with, thousands upon thousands of animals like they are in the States and everything. And so it's like, it's kind of like how I would picture living in this, 50s and 60s and shit like that. And I like it. I mean, I enjoy this podcast, but if there was no internet, obviously I couldn't do it. Then I'd be one of those C-band radio people or something, I guess. I don't know, but that's about it. I mean, and then it would kind of suck, because then music, all my music, I don't have anything. I mean, I do have some vinyl that was my mom's, my dad's, and I bought a couple records from the States before I got here. And I swear I ordered the last DEFTONES album. and I never got it. But I tried looking for the receipt on my email, and I couldn't find it. I swear I did, though. And I never got that, so that kind of sucks. But yeah, I need to order. I don't know. That would kind of suck. That would be the hardest thing for me if internet goes down for, just like COVID for a couple years or some shit. Music would be like, oh, fuck. But it's gonna happen. That's why people stock up on guns, bullets, gold, and vinyl. And canned food, I guess. Anyway, so let me know what you think. Send me an email, theobjectivejerk@gmail.com. Or you can message me on the various online platforms. If you take my advice and check out that song Teething by the Deftones, please let me know. I want to know what your thoughts are about that. I'd be kind of interested. But that's it from me. This has been the Objective Jerk, and I have been objectively talking into your ear. So, until next time. Yay, yay!